When I started Cast Hope, I had this vision of serving at-risk, underserved kids. And those kids are everywhere. When I started thinking about how do we get kids to come to Cast Hope in a larger quantity, I had this idea of why don't we partner with other local nonprofits and work with their youth. Here at Cast Hope, we've created a business plan that really focuses on the kids catching a fish first. We take volunteers, experts, guides, people who really know what they're doing, and enable the kids to actually go have a fish on their rod. Doing something well and feeling the energy of that fish on the end of their rod is what gets the kids to come back. You know, we're really here just to love on kids. You know, kids that are going through a hard time. Cast Hope just comes along, these kids and these other organizations that we work with, just to encourage them and love them through the sport of fly fishing.
I'm Christina. I'm 17 years old and I've been a part of Cast Hope for 4 years. I've been a part of 17 different homes, 3 group homes, and when I landed with Youth for Change, I didn't do good. Didn't want to have relationships, didn't really like people, didn't really feel like that was a necessary part of getting better and making myself more successful. But once I really found out that like relationships are important, I started making friends with people and like letting people guide me through life and not just doing everything myself and letting people work with me. It started off with a fishing trip with Darren. I kind of really enjoyed it. Kind of learned like new things about building relationships with just Darren himself. Learned a lot of new things about him. But he really taught me a lot of life lessons along the way of just like, hey, you need to get your stuff in order so you can do these things that you want to do in life. And it kind of finally just clicked. Like, I don't really know what happened. It just kind of like, I'm tired of having people give up on me, so I might as well just change something to see if those are the results that I want.
Christina is an important young person to me. The struggles that she had in our program, those went away once she allowed others to begin building relationships with her. And again, that's what I'm seeing in her association with Cast Hope, the relationship she has with Ryan and other people, and it's so important.
Fishing was always like a thing I liked to do, so that was fun to learn a new way of fishing. And then I started really getting involved because it became like an incentive. If I did good that week, I could go on another trip. So I started doing really well in the program at Youth for Change and started going on a lot more trips with you guys. And those trips really helped me out in the fact that like I'm learning about something that interests me and I'm also doing something that I enjoy. But it's also a reward at the end of the day because I did good for this month or so.
Oh! That's a good one?
Yeah. Back here.
Nice. Beauty.
Just down a little bit.
Perfect.
Nice work, Christina.
Cast Hope made me realize the skills that I have inside me that I never really knew I had. It kind of brought out the fact that I'm a lot more resilient than I thought it was. The outdoors really teaches you that, you know, a lot of things can happen, but inside you, you're still yourself.
Keep a little flash to it. Okay, game. Strip on it, strip on it, strip on it.
My name's Braden. I'm 19 years old and I've been with Cast Hope for like 5 years now. So when I moved down here to Chico, I started going to Orchard Church and they were paired up with Cast Hope, so that's kind of how I got introduced to it. I didn't really know anybody either, so then we got to go on this camping trip and I totally got skunked the whole time, and it was not fun in the fishing aspect, but getting to like meet a whole bunch of new people and then getting like a rod and stuff and learning how to fish was really cool. And then ever since then I've been hooked, literally.
A little more left. There it is, good.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, during Christmas time, like 2 days after, my mom passed away in her sleep. She was taking morphine for pain after back surgery. And I was just like hanging out here, and then my dad like yelled at me to come in there, and we found out that she passed away in her sleep. I think like fishing and Cast Hope has given me an outlet, like either if I'm mad about it or sad about it, I can just pack up my rod and go down and fish or go hang out with Ryan or whatever, which is really cool.
It's been really cool being a part of Braden's life and getting him out when he needs to get out fishing and get his mind off stuff. I've seen Braden grow up a lot too from the first time we went fishing. We have a lot of fun. We're always laughing out when we're fishing stuff, and Braden is always cracking jokes. And
Some good ones.
That's a good one.
Nice fish, Braden.
Come on, Braden. Nice.
So I guess I kind of learned that, like, if you try hard enough, you can really do anything, whether that be catching this fish or learning how to cast more than 5 feet or doing things in school or just getting through hardships through life. I guess Cast Hope has shown me that I could do anything if I put my mind to it.
It's been super enjoyable watching young people have the opportunity to get outdoors. People get the idea we're just always on the water fishing, and there's so much more than that. There's relationships that are being built. There's shared experiences that we're having with young people, watching the interactions between the kids in the boat with the guides. All that relational type stuff is the coolest thing.
I am excited to say that Cast Hope is the first fly fishing youth-focused nonprofit organization in this country that actually has made it. Currently in the Cast Hope program, we have 500 kids that we are servicing every year. Since the start of the organization, we've had about 2,200 kids that have come through Cast Hope. Our hope is that we can serve more. You know, we want to grow this thing as big as possible. We want to impact lives in every way through the outdoors. You know, the beauty of this is we have a passion for fly fishing. So we are taking a passion that we all have and something that we really believe in, and we're just sharing that passion with kids who don't have the ability to do so. It takes a lot of amazing people to make Cast Hope successful, from partner organizations like Youth for Change, Wilderness Experience, Boys and Girls Club, to amazing board members who have a vision and really believe in serving at-risk kids, to donors, people who give their money freely. To know that there's that many people outside of Cast Hope that believe in what we do. They believe in our vision of taking the outdoors and serving these kids. They believe in the vision of taking a sport of fly fishing and passing that along to the next generation. So without the help of all those people, Cast Hope wouldn't be here today.